Hi, my name is Dorothy Ann Givens Terry, and this is the story of me. I was born in the 1960s in Charleston, South Carolina. I grew up in downtown Charleston. My family eventually moved to another neighborhood in downtown Charleston in 1975. I left home at 17 after I graduated from high school in 1980. But a lot of things happened before I graduated from high school. My family emphasized three things. One of them was education. That's my elementary school in the upper left, Buste Elementary School. Back then, when I attended school, there was no middle school, so I went to elementary school from first through seventh grade, and then I went to high school from eighth through 12th grade. My family also emphasized church. Our church was St. Luke AME Church. AME means African Methodist Episcopalian, and it's a predominantly African American Methodist denomination. It was the first independent Protestant denomination to be founded by Black people. It was founded by the Right Reverend Richard Allen in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1816. Our family church may have been St. Luke AME Church, but we often went to Emmanuel AME Church only because it was right around the corner. And our church, you had to kind of get in the car and drive or walk a long ways. You may recognize the name Emmanuel AME Church. Unfortunately, this was the church where the young man came to a Bible study and shot and killed 9 people. I still have a hard time believing that this happened in a church that I attended as a child. The other thing that was emphasized was family. I'm the oldest girl of 7 siblings. My mom was an only child. My dad was the youngest of about 6 or 7 siblings. That's my mother in the upper left. That's yours truly in the middle. I'm not sure what year that photo was taken, but I was in elementary school then. And that's my Aunt Thelma and her mother, my grandmother Rosa, and my dad, that's his sister and his mother in that picture. What we did for fun, we celebrated the holidays. One of my fondest memories is of big family gatherings at the homes of different relatives. And we also like to go to the beach and have family cookouts. One of the favorite beaches we like to go to was Riverside Beach, which is in Charleston County. It was many years later when I found out that this was historically Black Beach. And if you may not know, there was a time when beaches were segregated and whites went to one beach, blacks went to another, and Riverside Beach was one of the Black beaches in the Charleston County area. Another nearby Black beach was Atlantic Beach, which still exists in Horry County near Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. But we went to this beach because it was very close, and we would have all our family cookouts there. Um, I wish I could show you a picture of the beach. The picture that you're seeing was the only one that I had. And if you look very, very closely, you can see the ocean way in the background where the guy is standing there. That line extended from his backside is the ocean. Unfortunately, that beach does not exist anymore. The Atlantic Ocean has reclaimed it, so climate change is real. My college years, I actually have attended 3 colleges. I attended Talladega College for about a year before transferring to Howard. How I ended up at Talladega was because I got a 1 year full scholarship. And so my dad told me, don't leave money on the table, take the free year. So I took the free year, knowing that I wasn't going to stay after that. And I was eventually going to transfer to Howard because of their journalism program. And Talladega didn't have a journalism program. And I became interested in journalism in high school when I was editor of the school newspaper and actually won a local award from the local daily newspaper that I eventually ended up working for years later. And that really piqued my interest in majoring in journalism. Some years later, after graduating from Howard University, I attended Georgetown where I got my master's degree in public relations and corporate communications. So my career, I did get the degree in journalism, and I did go back home and ended up working for my hometown newspaper, the Post and Courier. And after I got married and moved with my husband to San Diego, I worked for the San Diego Union Tribune for a little while. Also, while I was working there, I did freelance articles for a magazine called Diverse Issues in Higher Education. And one of my freelance gigs that I'm very proud of is working. I did an article for Ebony Magazine on the first Black astronaut, Mae Jemison, who also turns out she was also a soror. She was in the same sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. My other career highlights included working for the federal government. I worked briefly as a press secretary to Congressman James Clyburn, and I worked in corporate communications for Pepco, the local utility company. I do communications consulting now through my own company, the Right Market Communications. And teaching, which I'm doing now, is my latest venture. So my interests, I mentioned AKA sorority. You see the picture to the top. That's me and another soror at church. During Black History Month, each Sunday we honor some segment of Black history. We may do the military on one Sunday, and another Sunday we would do Black sororities and fraternities. And that's us at church. I belong to a book club that I enjoy very much. I volunteer. I have a blog called Make Ours Local where I highlight local small businesses and nonprofit organizations. I like traveling. That's a picture of my daughter and I on a Girl Scout trip to Europe. And I also like spending time with my family. The Wakanda picture is my sister, her husband, and two children. We all went to see Black Panther when that came out. And the other picture is a family gathering at another sister's house in North Carolina, and that's her husband to the far left, and that's my husband in the Bengals shirt. My personal highs and lows, getting married. I got married in 1995, and we had one daughter. After a lot of trial and tribulations, we thought we were going to have children, but God blessed us with one beautiful, smart daughter who graduated from high school in 2018 and is now in her second year of college. And we got this dog, Comac, from a pet shelter. He thinks he's my son, so I call him my son. Um, Health challenges are also something I'm facing now. In 2017, I actually had open heart surgery, and that was an experience. And so I'm concerned about health challenges now, but life happens. So that brings me to the next chapters. What's next for me? Um, each phase of life is a challenge, and getting older is certainly a challenge. And because you don't know what's up ahead, but you don't know what's up ahead in any part of your life. So, one of my favorite proverbs is trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to Him. Words to live by. Thanks for listening.